Walking outside after a nearly 1-hour meeting with an official at the U.S. State Department, Tsai Ing-wen looked confident. The chairwoman and 2016 presidential candidate of Taiwan's main opposition party is on a 12-day visit to the United States. It was the first time that a Taiwanese presidential candidate had an official meeting with a U.S. State Department official. Tsai didn't reveal whom she had met with, but it is widely believed to be U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Many analysts believe the purpose of her visit is to reassure Washington that if she's elected, she will not allow relations between Taiwan and China to deteriorate, which would cause the U.S. to worry about a potential conflict between the two sides and also harm U.S. relations with Taiwan.
双边的贸易跟经济的问题啦，国防的问题啦，还有我们国际参与的问题啦，那当然两岸的问题也有交换意见。
所以布林肯对你的论点是支持的吗？布林肯对你的论点是支持的。
我们其实对这些问题在过去一段时间就有好几个回合的这个交换意见。
Earlier in her visit, she spoke at the U.S. think tank CSIS and said she would maintain the status quo in Taiwan-mainland China relations if she's elected and continue the current state of ties between the two sides.
We do have a broad consensus in Taiwan, that is maintenance of the status quo. I have articulated and reiterated my position of maintaining the status quo in the previous months, as I believe this serves the best interests of all parties concerned. Therefore, if elected, I will push for peaceful and stable development of cross-strait relations in accordance with the will of the Taiwanese people and the existing ROD constitutional order.
Her party's position favors Taiwan becoming formally independent from China, which has led to worry that if she's elected, the important and difficult to come by improved ties with Beijing under the ruling Kuomintang would be harmed. Tsai sought to reassure people that she would not only serve her party supporters' interests, but those of Taiwan's overall population.
The president, elected by the people of Taiwan, represents all the people of Taiwan in conducting external affairs. Therefore, the conduct of cross-strait policy must transcend the position of a political party and incorporate different views. A leader must take into account public consensus when making decisions.
Tsai also said that if elected president, she will push for the peaceful and stable development of cross-strait relations in accordance with the will of the Taiwanese people and the existing ROC constitutional order. She said the accumulated outcome of more than 20 years of negotiations and exchanges with China will serve as the firm basis of her efforts to further the peaceful and stable development of cross-strait relations. It's not clear whether her latest statements will be enough to satisfy the U.S. government or China. Beijing and its embassy in Washington, D.C. have said Tsai should accept the 92 consensus. Under the agreement reached in 1992 between negotiators from Taipei and Beijing, both sides agreed there's only one China in the world, with each side free to interpret what that means. Taiwan's Kuomintang has also criticized Tsai as being vague on the issue and has insisted she has a responsibility to make clear whether she supports the consensus and to explain what she means by maintaining the status quo. Her critics have pointed out that in the past, she has said, Taiwan is already an independent country. Taiwanese people generally wish to remain politically separated from China, and any change to the status quo must be decided by the Taiwanese people via democratic means. U.S. academics and former officials believe if Tsai becomes president, Taiwan-U.S. relations will not be affected.
And I've been following her trip very, very closely, and I've been following things like her op-ed in the Wall Street Journal and other statements that she's made, and I've been very impressed with the things that she's had to say. Very steady, very sensible, very pragmatic, and I think it's been very well received so far, and I think it'll continue to be very well received.
So far, she's doing pretty well, but you can't expect her to solve all these problems at this point.
Asked about a recent comment by the Chinese embassy that she will have to present a solution acceptable to China's 1.3 billion people, Tsai said her visit to the U.S. was not a test, but if she were to take a test, the only examiner would be Taiwan's 23 million people. CNA, Washington, D.C.